up to say hi to you guys, and then I'm gonna start unpacking a little more. I'm just messaging the mods. I should have done that before I started the stream, but here I am. There's Cody. I was just messaging you. You beat me to it. Good morning. Happy Friday. Oh, I can't wait to do my hair and show you guys my room. So I showed you a picture. Oh, hi. I see it looks like Dragox official. I don't know what the X is for. I've seen you before, right? Hi, Carlos. Oh, thank you. I think it's just Drago official. I slept on and off because I'm in a new place and I would wake up and pack a little bit, you know. Here's my shelf right there in the corner. I put it at an angle because the size of the room and stuff. And then here's my desk. That's the standing desk. So I gave my daughter the other desk that flips open. I might take that back and buy her a new one, and or buy us both a new one. I don't know, because that one's it gets cluttered easily. But so see all the bins. That mirror's not gonna stay there. There's my TV. My laptop's on the bin. Okay, that's how we watched a movie last night. And I'm gonna put a different headboard here, not that gray headboard. And we're gonna have some curtains right there. Eee. So now I'm right by a window, like when I'm filming, and I'm away from the bed. Look how far that is away from the bed. I'm not right up against the bed. Oh. Good morning, good morning. I'm trying to read the name. It looks like Thupter. Don't get mad at me. My eyes are adjusting. Hi, Melvin. And I'm going to pin Drago's comment here. Shout out to Drago for the positivity. I know you guys are all being positive. So shout out to all of you. Thank you. I love you too. Let me see. It's going to look so nice, Cody. You're right. Let me see. I just pinned you. So shout out to Arkit. Thank you. Abdullah, shout out to Abdullah. I'm doing well. I am and I'm not. So, but I am. So thank you for asking. It's kind of cold in here. Like even with the heater on a little bit, it's cold. Like the heat's up to 72. That should be enough. Maybe I need to go up a little more. The house is bigger and there's a lot of tile, so it gets colder. At my apartment, it had hardwood floor, and the rugs would take up most of the hardwood floor because it was smaller. Let me show you around. I was gonna wait till the bins were out of here, but let me show you around. So the couch is there. Tables here. I need to get new chairs because the other ones were kind of wobbly. There's the buffet. We're gonna hang this above that. I think that would have looked better over here now that I think about it with that, but that's okay. These shelves and tables aren't gonna stay. I'm selling them, but they're just there. And then here's the fireplace. You guys, look how the TV fit in here. Like barely. My fingernail barely goes in there. Look at that. That TV just barely fit. My plant got ruined in transit. A few of these broke off, so I'm gonna have to start over on that plant. There's my money tree. Here's the kitchen. Of course, we have to put everything away, but here's the kitchen. Then my daughter's room, her office. Hold on. You can see it a little better now. Hold on. That's her dad's thing from his funeral. So here we go. There it is. So it looks so messy because of all the bins in the boxes, but it's gonna be so nice, you guys. And I think I'm gonna change this to a tan rug, and then this to a gray couch. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, I didn't want to show you it while it's all messy, but here's my room. I had a dresser here, but I gave it to my daughter because her wide dresser didn't fit in the closet. So I gave her my tall one. Got my shoes already in there. But these things aren't going to stay there, obviously. It's just, we're moving. This is day one. So, day one. But I can't wait. My room has good potential, like good bones, if you want to say. It's got good potential. Hi from Ohio. It's cold. I should have turned up the heat while I was up. Ooh, Florida's northern Florida snow. Interesting. Wear less than this? This is how I slept last night. You want me to wear less than this? No. No. Hi, Mary. Something happened. Like maybe it's because I was walking around and not showing myself, but the numbers are not good. If you guys could double tap that screen, it would help. Hi, is it Cricket Wrinkles? Wait, Cricket Wireless Wrinkles. I'm so sorry. My eyes are still adjusting. If you got put in a timeout, it's because you deserved it. I am alive. Hi, Logan. Hi, Philo. I don't know what no thanks means, but okay. I'll put you on the no thanks list. Hi, Terry. You guys make sure you're commenting, double tapping, putting hearts, those kind of things, because we're going to try to push this algorithm real quick. I haven't been filming, so we need to get it back in love with this channel. Sam, shout out to Sam. I just did a house tour. It's really crowded with boxes and bins and messy, but yeah, I sent you a picture of my room, but now it's got a little more in it, like this shelf. This is going to be my jewelry shelf, just jewelry, because before I had earrings over here, earrings in the closet, necklaces over here, rings behind me. So I was going like this to get jewelry. So I'm just going to have it right here by my desk. And then this thing needs to be tilted at an angle, just like this shelf. Like instead of flat like that, it's going to be at an angle. And I'm going to put a big plant on it, like a tall plant, instead of, it can't be wide because it'll hit the wall. I'm officially moved in. However, I still have things to move out from the other house. So we're going this morning. The maintenance man is meeting us there. He's gonna like remove the curtains and stuff. I probably could have done it, but honestly, um, I've been so sick and I have so many things going on physically that I just don't want to overdo it. I'm already mentally overdone, like overtaxed. So he's removing the mounts and putting the filling the holes, and then I have some like hook things on the ceiling he's got to fix, and then oh, thank you for liking my nails. I can't stand these jewels. I loved them when I first got them. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get these every single time. I love them. They pull my hair, so I don't love that. When I'm like running my fingers through my hair, it gets stuck on the jewels and rips my hair, and I am not having anything rip my hair. Hi, Herman. Who called you? I don't know. I wouldn't know. I still have a lot of stuff to clear out from the other house, a lot of junk, and I have to clean. We have our food in the fridge still. A hair dropped down my arm and it tickled me. Herman. Hi, Julius. Shout out to Julius. I'm shouting you out because you put so many positive comments in the short videos. You're super supportive. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, John. Shout out to John. Good morning, Rusty. Rusty Wrench. I have a fox named Rusty. He's at the other house. I put him in safekeepings along with the other animals, stuffed animals. Thank you, Julius. You're so sweet. I'm going to pin your comment. That's so kind of you. Thank you. Let me pull my shirt up. Did that even help? I don't know what that means, Mary. Being naughty. I pulled my shirt up off camera. David, I have many disabilities, and I just moved into my new house. I didn't get much sleep, but okay, first of all, I've always been a slow talker. It's just the way I am. Like, I used to be kind of just, one tone, monotone, and I have a slow cadence, so that doesn't help. And then I have a brain condition, and I have to see the brain surgeon. So I do take seizure medicine. Seizure medicine slows down all the nerves everywhere in your body. It doesn't just slow down the nerves in your brain so that you don't have a seizure. If it's calming nerves down, it calms the nerves down in your eyes. So in the morning, I have a really hard time focusing, and like just even the nerves in my body get calmed down everywhere. And if I stop taking it, then I can have a seizure. So hi, please don't spam. I see you. I just can't make out your name. Rattle? BGK Jack? I'm gonna call you Jack. Oh. He's still spamming, that's why. Okay. I don't have an iguana anymore. I used to. I had a huge iguana. He had his own bedroom with all these things to climb on and lamps, and he even had this big black pillow where a lamp was over it so the pillow would get nice and hot because it was black. And then in the morning, I would open his door and he would go right into the bathroom. He was like potty trained, you guys. I'm not even kidding. And then he would go out on the deck, like the patio, and climb up the wood rafters. And he would come in the house and he would chill. He would just like, he'd do this thing. I really had an iguana, a large iguana. I am single. The iguana was perfect. You know the things on the back down the middle of it? Not one of those was broken. Perfectly in shape, none bent, and it was like he was pristine. Pristine. Hi, Allie. Shout out to Allie. You guys double tap that screen as you guys come in, pretty please. We need to get this algorithm up. Herman. Thank you, Rudy. Shout out to Rudy. I appreciate you guys. Let me turn up the light. Na, 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 na. Calling it a light. Okay, you guys, do me a favor and please don't put your age, okay? Oh, well, thank you, John. Take that as a compliment. I love the new house. I love it. At first, I don't know, like I liked the house, but I had this fear of like, what are the problems gonna be there? Are the landlords gonna take care of it? Like, cause at the apartment, if I said, "Ooh, there's an issue," they ran and they fixed it. But I already had an issue, and they were on top of it. They're on top of it. I mean, they own the house, so they're gonna like want things to be okay, right? Bye, Mary. Hi, Melvin. Shout out to Melvin. It is a beautiful house, but like, so when I had the gas turned on, they couldn't turn it on for the dryer because the vent goes into the garage and it needs to go outside. It's a fire hazard for it to go into the garage. So, they're fixing that already. And I was just worried, like, oh my gosh, I have OCD. So I'm like, is it gonna have bugs? Is it gonna have this? Is it gonna have like water problems? Is it gonna, because I was comfortable. I was comfortable. Even though I was being squeezed out and it was too small for us, I was still comfortable because I knew that any problem we had, they would take care of it. So, Mary, you got timed out. Well, welcome back. It was obviously a small timeout. We do have some boundaries on here, Mary. We're not that uptight, but they are in place to protect people. So if people are doing things that put themselves in danger, not even just other people, but other people too, but if it puts themselves in danger, then we time them out. And then we try not to say why we time them out because then other people are going to do it too, just to test us, you know? So we figure people know what's the last thing they said. So that's what times you out. Yeah, sometimes you feel like you're not even doing anything wrong, but I promise it's to protect you. Let me give an example since there aren't that many people on here. Like people putting their age, um, people communicating with other people and trying to connect with them because you don't know if they're 18, you don't know their intentions. So we just try to keep everybody like not giving personal information, especially because there are children on here sometimes. And when they see you putting your age, then the children put their age, and then people with bad intentions see that as a spotlight to go after the children, which is really sad. But we're here to protect the kids, we're here to protect you guys as well as have a good time. Oh, is YouTube bugging out? Oh, okay. Well, now you guys know what one of the things is that could get you timed out is putting your age. Hi, Chesco. I don't know why this stream is so slow. Probably because the sleep stream was slow. I need to get the lighting right. I need to get the angle right. It just wasn't giving, you know? Um, Plus, I've been off for a couple days, but that shouldn't have happened. I should have had better numbers than that. But I was asleep, so I couldn't tell. Otherwise, I would have stopped it and started over. Hi, Zakaria. I'm okay. How are you? I'm keeping some things private for now, but I'm having some new health problems popping up. Yeah, I hope so. If you guys don't mind double tapping that screen, that would help the stream. Yes, and the hearts, that helps. Thank you, Julius. I appreciate you. Good, I'm glad you're okay, and thank you for asking how I'm doing. Yes, Sam. I kind of had a little breakdown the other day. It came out of nowhere. I was packing and I had to move the very next day. And I went in my room and I was like, like that kind of cry. It just came out of nowhere. I mean, I know it didn't come out of nowhere, but that's how it felt. Things build up, you know? You go, oh, I could deal with that. Oh, I'll deal with that. I could deal with that. I could deal with that. And then all of a sudden, your shoulders are heavy, or your heart is heavy, or your brain is heavy, you know, or all three. Thank you, Zakaria. Yeah, I'm not sleeping. Can you believe it? I do wake up in the morning. Hi, Metal Sonic. I'm going to pin your comment. Shout out to Metal Sonic. I don't know who Judy Greer is. And thank you for the likes, you guys. By the way, if you guys want a certain cosplay, you guys can always let me know what you would like to see me cosplay as, and I will put it in the book. We do have an exciting cosplay coming up when we hit 35K, and it'll be our first cosplay in this house. By the way, since I gave my daughter that dresser, I have a wall space to do that black curtain, the black backdrop, so that I could do some of my short videos with a black backdrop behind me with lighting. And I have that glow in the dark lighting. I have all different kind of lighting, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And when I do the sleep stream, I think I'm going to point the northern lights at my curtains so that it goes all across the curtains. I think I might let you guys see the background, or it's going to be on this wall on my new headboard. Yes, I can't wait either. I ordered a certain makeup for that, and I think the wig already came in. Yes, first cosplay of the new house. I went to the pain doctor, and he was walking towards me. He's like, "Do you have any cosplays to show me?" He gets excited to see him because I've shown him. The reason that came up and the reason I showed him is because I was telling him I'm losing quality of life and the only thing I really have is YouTube. And I don't mean that as it's not enough. I've made it enough. You guys have made it enough for me. I have a nice community here that's very supportive. I have the best mods in the business behind the scenes and on the camera. So they support me while I'm here and they support me behind the scenes. They support the channel, which is very important. Hi, J-Dog. Hi, Crazy J. Hi, John again. Hi, Ranak. Thank you. Mixa? Wait, I don't know what the 4 is for. Mixa? Is it Mixa? Thank you so much. I don't know what kind of pizza that is. No, I haven't had it. Gosh, I don't know whether to make a video about the medical things that are going on or to keep it private. Like, sometimes I really want to share things with you guys. I don't know. Thank you, Julius. Shout out to Julius. I'm going to pin your comment. Dancing time? I usually dance if it's like at the end of a cosplay or someone sends a super chat. Yeah, I'm in a new house. This is the new house. See, everything's a mess and I've got bins everywhere because I'm moving in. But this is my new room. It's larger. It's a lot larger. And it goes right down into the, like, there's a hallway of 2 closets with double mirrors on the closets and then a really nice bathroom. Let me show you. This is like, it leads from my room into the bathroom and it's got these like loft things up here, like for air, just for like beauty, you know, it's just not a big box, like a big solid box. There's rooms with angles. They've got that over there. I'm not putting anything up there. I like the airflow better than putting knickknacks up there. You know what I mean? Why did I change I changed my house. I have a house now. I was in an apartment. I lived at that complex for 7 years. And when I started YouTube and doing cosplay, a lot of stuff started coming in. I got more. My makeup used to fit in something like this. Do you know what my makeup is in now? I don't know if you could see the bin under the desk. That's, ooh, hello, like that Monsters movie where Reese Witherspoon played that monster. That's my makeup now. It used to fit in something like this. But doing makeup for a job, I had to buy other makeup and like liquid liners and in different colors and Halloween makeup and face painting stuff, and it just like built up over the year. And I also bought a lot of cosplay costumes, so that filled up a lot of bins. I bought a lot of wigs. So my apartment was already, it was like perfect for us. And then all of a sudden it started getting more and more and more crowded. I was also shopping at Goodwill every Wednesday and bringing stuff home. When normally I'm a minimalist, but I think I was doing that as kind of a self-coping, you know, like it was almost becoming an addiction. You can change addictions from one to another and not even realize it. People could get addicted to working out. They could get addicted to thrifting, shopping, because it gives you a little release of happy. So people who give up alcohol or something else, sometimes they find themselves with a new addiction. And I was getting a Goodwill addiction. But I gave it up. I have not been going. I haven't gone to Goodwill in a long time because I have everything I need. I don't need to shop. If I need something, I'll go buy it. But I was going there just to find deals, you know? Yes, I am up. Hi, nice to see you on the other side of my eyelids. Welcome. I'm up every single day when it is daytime in Las Vegas. I just sleep at night. That's it. I didn't buy the house, I'm renting. And the rent price, I'm actually going to save $100 unless my electricity goes up and stuff like that. So it's going to be the same, or I saved money moving here. You know, apartments raise your rent after every lease. And not only that, like the last time they didn't raise it that much. And one time I threatened to move. It wasn't like I didn't know they were going to make it. They were raising my rent $300 when the lease was up. And I said, I'm just going to move then. And they said, okay, we'll lower it. And they did. But I have a storage unit because I didn't have a garage over there. I needed a place to put stuff. And I'm not a hoarder. I'm more of a minimalist. So I really only have the things I need. But we needed a lot of stuff because I have a business now. I'm running a business from my house too, because I flip furniture and I do YouTube, and I have not been flipping the furniture because I didn't want to do it in the house anymore. I didn't have anywhere to do it. Now I have a garage with a workbench, and I could give up the storage unit, which is like a walk-in closet size, and it's $230 a month. So that's going to make this less money than the apartment. You want to be my assistant? Okay. You could be my assistant. You could come in here and leave me positive comments, and that'll assist me in having a better mood. Thank you, Hardeep. I'm whiny. I'm telling you that I moved and this is a better place. I liked my apartment. I did. I liked my apartment a lot. That's why I lived there for so long. It's the longest I've ever lived anywhere. But it was getting too small for our needs. That happens. That's not whining. That's just a fact. It got too small. I tried even giving away a lot of stuff 3 times. 3 large piles of stuff, and we were still getting closed in. My desk didn't fit. I was like this between the desk and the bed. But I made it work. I'm not looking for a boyfriend. Thank you, guys. Limpio. This is my first day here. La día primera aquí. Necesito tiempo para limpiar. Definitely not into my bedroom. You're fired. I cannot have an assistant that wants to be in my bedroom. It just won't work. The crown means you're one of the top people commenting. It'll be like the top 20. YouTube does that. I don't do that. So if you guys are commenting a lot, you'll be one of the top 20. You'll get a crown. And if you're putting hearts, if you put a super chat, you'll be the #1 top fan. I don't come up with that. That's a YouTube thing. So I love you too, Renat. Thank you. Shout out to Anthony. Shout out to Jaden. Shout out to Jaden. Jaden, thank you. Shout out to Jaden. I appreciate you. Shout out to Anthony. That's right, Cody. Okay, while we are all here, I want to remind you guys that I do have an Instagram, and that Instagram is getting very exciting. Whoa, mama. Remember that saying, whoa, Nelly. Hi, Kitten Mittens. I like your name. Hi, Isaac. Nice to see you again. Hi, Deckpad. Anything new? Yeah, my new home. I moved in yesterday. That's why it looks kind of empty. There's no curtains. Bins are all over the place. I have a new home. How are you doing? Anything new for you? Thank you, Cody. I just pinned the Instagram that Cody put down below. So if you guys want to join the Instagram, that's a good way to connect with me because, you know, there's DMs, there's comments underneath the videos, which I have far less comments on the Instagram because we're just building it. So I'm going to be more likely to see your comments on Instagram. And I do respond to people who are respectful in the DMs. Like if people say, I really love your videos and things like that, I'm going to respond. But if someone's like, do you have spicy content? Not responding. Will I try on stuff today? I have to go to the other house and do some handiwork and pack some more. Let me think about it. I need to join the dentist on a date. I have a dentist and an orthodontist, and I will not date either of them. That would be inappropriate. We need Taco Bell. I had Taco Bell yesterday, actually. Since we didn't have any food in the house, we went and we got Taco Bell. And I had the tacos. Chicken breast tacos. I have to be careful not to get too much garlic in my diet. By the way, this tooth is almost ready to come through. I said I wasn't going to respond to that, but now that I'm talking about it, they had to make a gap wide enough for that tooth to come forward. You know, it was like this before. I had one tooth going down and the other tooth was like this. They had to bring this tooth up and then spread things out with the other teeth so that one could come through. He told me it would be worse before it got better, and he was right. But it is almost ready. The space is almost ready, big enough for it to come through. Really close, ready, like just a little more. If not this time I go to the orthodontist to see them, then next time they're going to wire that tooth and start bringing it forward. Yeah, they use a chain and bring it forward. So I have braces, but that tooth doesn't have, it has a bracket, but it doesn't have a wire in it because it couldn't move anywhere. It was stuck. But they're going to put a wire on it, I'm sure. Not this time, then the next time. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you. Hagiosoma. Thank you. Hi. Oops, lost one. Thank you. I'm going to pin your comment. It looks like MS Miss Wyan Hill. I don't know how to pronounce it. But thank you. Shout out to you. Thank you. Shout out to Ishpin. I don't drink. I'm disabled. I have medical problems. Thank you. If part of your brain was hanging out of the skull, I'm sure you would have some problems too. If you had 20 migraines a month and seizures and bone disease and lupus, you would probably look like this too. Also, I didn't sleep well last night because I'm in a new house. I kept waking up and unpacking things. That's very sweet, Ishpin. The eye of the beholder. That's what it is. Hi, Coyote. Yes, I live in Vegas. Thank you, Sebastian. Shout out to Sebastian. I don't know any Korean. I can't speak Korean, no. I would love to speak at least a little bit of many languages so I could say things to you guys like thank you for being here. Hi, how are you? This is about all the I know in your language, but I wanted to say hi. Something like that. Like if I could just learn a little bit of a lot of languages, that would make me feel like I could connect with more people. I do know a good amount of Spanish. The topic, some earth changes. Okay, so whatever you guys write about and ask questions about, if it's respectful, that becomes the new topic for a little bit. Like right now, we're talking about what you wrote, which is what's the topic. If somebody else writes something else, that changes the topic. I don't just talk about one thing because then I can't answer other people's questions. It would take us off the topic, but I want to engage with a lot of people so the topic is ever changing. Spanish, yes. Y quiero aprender más. Y yo tengo Duolingo, pero necesito usar Duolingo. Necesito estudiar más porque quiero aprender más. My favorite music genre is reggae, and I like Revolution. Revolution is really good. I used to go to this place in Long Beach, and reggae bands from all over the world would come on Sundays. So like different reggae bands, and it was only $10 to get in, and they allowed children in there. So there were all races, all ages, dancing together, loving each other. It felt like peace on earth. Because you look around and every single color and age and size was in there having fun. Fit check. I have pajama pants on. I have a gnarly bruise. Ooh. I hit a box really hard. And that's the fit check. Janesville. Cowabunga, dude. Wingstops. I haven't been to Wingstops in probably 10, 12 years. Maybe more. 10. I live with my daughter. My daughter's 21. So there's times that I'm looking out for her, and there's times that she's looking out for me. It's a good situation. It would be difficult for me to live on my own. I could do it. I would just apply for an assistant, like a health help person. Hi, Pedro. Hi, Conquer All Gains. I look like your grandmother. Oh, well, tell her hi for me. I'm from Vegas, originally from California. Las Vegas, Nevada. Oh, no. My daughter doesn't want to be on camera. But I'll give you a little description. So she has large eyes. Hers are a little darker than mine. They're not blue. They're more like hazily. And then, but with some blue in it. It's interesting. Long black hair. long black hair. And then she's just beautiful. I would say she looks like a mix of Scarlett Johansson, Angelina Jolie, and a little bit of Billie Eilish. Obrigado. Hi, Skips. I will try to learn some Portuguese. Thank you, Tommy. I appreciate that. Sorry, my throat. She's beautiful. She's beautiful. She has pale skin. I forgot to say that. I don't have a Snapchat. My mods are correct. You can trust the mods, which are the people with the blue names. You can trust them when I don't see your comment or they answer it, something like that. It's like I'm answering it because they know. They know what's the brand of my curling iron and they know everything. So because they watch, they're here all the time. How old am I? 48. Just more nasal vowels. Oh. Portuguese. Te amo. It's che amo, right? Not te amo, che amo. Good morning. Good morning, Bradley. Thank you. I'm going to pin that comment, Cody. The Instagram has been pinned down below, and also Sam's comment talking about the memberships. If you guys want to join the membership, they are reasonably priced, $4.99 and $9.99. And one of them is Brooks Besties. Get it? BabblingBrook, Brooks Besties. And the other one is Besties with Benefits, because you guys get more benefits. Friends with benefits. Besties with benefits. You get it. I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Bradley? Dylan, there's two different ones. There's Te Amo, which is Spanish, and there's Che Amo, like TCH sound, and that is Portuguese, if I'm correct. You do, Howard? That's great. Knowing other languages is great. I've been in situations where there's nobody to help somebody who speaks Spanish, and I've been able to help them. I can't tell you how good that feels. And to be able to connect with people. And you know what? Before I knew Spanish, I'm going to admit something. I used to think, oh my gosh, they're talking about me. And when they would laugh, I would think they're laughing at me. Like people who speak Spanish just go around talking about everyone. No, they have their own conversation. And I was like, I'm going to catch them. You know, once I learned Spanish, they weren't talking about me. They're not talking about you. But when you don't know another language and people are sitting there having their own conversation, you feel like an outsider because you can't connect with them. So your brain tells you they might be talking about me. It's an insecurity. They're not. Now, maybe one in, 200 might be saying something, but, they're not. Yeah, you should never assume, but I was a child, I learned Spanish in high school. So I'm talking about when I was a kid, I thought. I was also very insecure and had social anxiety. But yeah, as a child, I thought that. Yes, I know this as I have two children that are half Hispanic. So I know that they like women like me. Women talking about other women does happen. Um, it happens. I mean, I even have people talking about me right on here to my face. Ew, grandma, hang it up. You know, right to my face. I have been to Mexico like 6 times. Thank you, G-Bots. Shout out to G-Bots. I'm going to pin that comment. Thank you so much. Yes, they do, Skips, and they have their own slang. They have their own way of speaking. They don't speak exactly like you're taught in a Spanish book, but the Spanish book is a good way to start. It will teach you a lot of words, and then when you hang out with people that actually speak Spanish, they can tell you, no, we say it like this. Like in English, we have sayings that are like, people aren't going to understand unless you're part of that. You're immersed in the culture. Like we all have sayings that don't make sense unless you know where that saying came from. Like throw them out with the bathwater, throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like people would be like, "What?" But if it's don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, but you get what I'm saying. They wouldn't know what that means unless it's explained to them. So I had the pleasure of living in a town where I think I was the only person who spoke English. I'm not lying about that. And I forced myself to watch only TV in Spanish and only listen to music in Spanish. And I tried only speaking Spanish for 6 months. I tried not to use my English so that I could get better very quickly. And it helped. It helped a lot. Italian is similar to Spanish, so is Tagalog. They, instead of como estás, they say "cómo está cá?" They make me laugh too, Matthew. I'm doing a better job this morning at ignoring the some of the comments. You know Italian? Oh, that's nice. I like that. Good morning, Juicy J. Oh, I love that, Dylan. That's beautiful. I love that. I wanted to teach my daughter Spanish, but I don't know it completely correctly. So I didn't want to teach her incorrectly. Hopefully she'll, start learning it. In a 2K, that's fine. You do you. I can't stop people from hating on me. I can't stop it. What I can stop is me caring about it. I'm not going to try to change other people. I would get so exhausted trying to change everyone on the planet or the people that are doing things I don't like. I have to change myself. That's the best way to deal with people that are hurting you, annoying you. Like you can leave a restaurant instead of turning around and going, "Hey, do you mind?" Like you could actually just get up and leave and avoid a problem. You know, Thank you. I don't know how to say your name, but I see super in it. I see four. Is it four its or four lits? Four. I'm sorry. Hits super. Something like that. Because some people use the four as a H. I'm trying. You guys are so creative with your names, but the thing moves so fast. And so I'm sitting here trying to figure it out. I'm trying. I want to get your names right. And I try to remember everyone who comes in here. We are close to 135,000 subscribers, and I remember most people. If they're in here often, I remember them. If they've made an impression, I remember them. Shout out to Mark. Thank you, Mark. My parents only spoke English. My mom speaks a tiny bit of Spanish, and she would ask me, "Is this how you say it?" You know, she wanted to learn. That's okay. I don't mind if people are joking. I don't mind if they joke about me either. I have grown thicker skin. I have confidence, and I'm okay with what I'm doing. So that combination makes it all right. I think you mean lusting over this woman. I still have a beautiful soul, even with clothes that show my cleavage. Good morning, Kelly. How you doing, Kelly? Thank you, John. I appreciate you. Welcome. Just so you guys know, I call you guys the Babble Bees because my name is BabblingBrook. And because of the bees, and I just called you guys the Babble Bees, if you want it to be the bees for short. In the comment sections, you guys can put little bees, the little bee emojis, and that makes me feel like you're somebody who's on the stream, you know, part of the community, and it makes me feel good every time I see those bees. Yay! Thank you for the love of horror. Okay, let me try to get your name right. Hi, Iftikhar. Iftikhar Madasafi. Hope I got close. Oh, Justin. Okay. Thank you, Justin. Oh, well, I don't know if that's a compliment, Super. I'm going to call you Super for now until you tell me what you want me to call you. I'm taking that as a compliment, you know? It's okay to have boobs. A lot of women have them. Some women have them naturally. Hi, Mark. Shout out to Mark. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate you. Thank you, Justin. Shout out to Justin. Thank you, Philip. Shout out to Philip. Okay, we are not going to be having religious comments in here because there are a lot of people on here with different religions, okay? And everybody's included. Everybody's welcome here, whether they believe or they don't. So this isn't Sunday school. I appreciate all religions. I do. It's better to have a religion than to not have one. And some people don't have one, and at the moment, that's better for them because they're learning, they're exploring, they're seeing what fits better for them. They're breaking away from maybe what they've been told to believe, and they're trying to find what to believe on their own, even if it's not believing. It's all part of the journey. Well, we're not talking about religion here, and we don't judge people here. Most religions would tell you not to judge people too. So if you want to get into it, we're both doing something wrong according to a religion. That's why we don't do religion in here. Because it gets judgmental, it gets divisive. Something that's meant to be loving and help you love other people has turned into something that divides us. So we don't do religion here because we want to include everyone. We're going to take the titles away. Republican, Democrat, Christian, Muslim, this, that, atheist. We're taking those titles away so we can just be people and get along in here, okay? You can have your religion, just don't try to force it on anyone else. Thank you, Toriel. Thank you. Shout out to Toriel. Hi, Gabby. Welcome. So in the morning, I do a good morning stream where we're just vibing like a FaceTime. So we're just talking, just talking. But in the daytime, I do many different things. I do makeup from different decades. And when that's over, we're going to do it from different centuries, like the 1700s, the 1800s. But right now, we're doing the 50s. We already did the 20s, 30s, 40s. We attempted the 50s. However, I had a doctor appointment and I just ran out of time. So we're going to repeat it. Brushing won't help. You guys will see when my braces are done. You guys will see. Thank you, Cody. Hello, Taiwo. Hi, Grid. I don't know how to say your name, GR. I'm going to call you GR. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. Hi, not Casey. But shout out to Dylan for the lovely comment. Compliment and compliment. Good morning, Scott. Hi, Digger. I have all my teeth. They have braces. So because I don't have braces here, and because that one's behind the other ones, and then these, it looks like gray. It looks like I have rotten teeth. I don't. Those are braces. You know what braces do, you guys? Do you know what braces do? They straighten your teeth. My teeth are healthy. Thank you, Just Me Yaya. Thank you, sweetheart. This is my first day in my new home. Well, yesterday we were moving in. So I guess yesterday was the first day. But this is the first I'm officially moved in. That's not true, and you can go somewhere else for violating the terms of this channel. Bye. Your name is Kiri? Okay, thank you. If I forget, please remind me. It takes me about 3 times to remember. Sometimes I get it. Let me just say it again. Not KC, Kiri. Kiri, not KC. I'm going to try. If you keep writing me comments right now, I'm going to practice saying Kiri and it'll hopefully stick. But if I ever forget in the future, just remind me. It takes me a few times. Hi, Carla. Thank you, David. I'm not a professional makeup artist. I am a practicing makeup enthusiast. On my first night, my sleep was interrupted. My daughter and I were watching Wicked for Good, the second one, whatever it was. She fell asleep in my bed, and then I fell asleep not long after. Woke up a few times to pack and unpack, and but I'm still happy. I'm still, happy to be in the new house. And I meet the maintenance guy at the apartment at 10 to clean things up over there. And then he's going to install curtains here and a few things we need the maintenance man. I don't need someone to do the curtains, but it'll help me not hurt myself because you guys know I have some physical issues. So it's better not to tire myself out or hurt myself. Thank you, Tony. And thank you, Just Me Yaya, for asking how I slept. Thank you. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you, Ava. Thank you. Shout out to Ava. Blake, you're wrong. People say something about it all the time. They tell me to go fix my teeth. They tell me my teeth are rotten. They just said brushing my teeth isn't going to help, that they're too far gone. I shouldn't have responded to it. It's still, I wrote it down that I'm not going to respond to it on my list of things to not respond to. And I'm not responding to the other ones, but that one still gets me, I guess. I did give a house tour. I gave a house tour before the furniture was in, and I gave a house tour on the start of this video. There's just a lot of bins everywhere. Like, here's an example. You know, it's kind of crowded right now, so I want to get everything put away and then show you guys. I'm awake every morning, Dino, every day. Vegas time zone, Pacific time zone. My stretching exercises will begin on Wednesday. Again, Wednesday. Wall workout Wednesdays, and now I have a perfect area to do it. I don't have to do it against my fridge anymore. But if that's all you have is a fridge to do the exercises, it works. But I have a different area now that might work better for us and the filming. I see your comment, Charlotte. Kiri. Oh, I told you it's going to take me a few times. I'm going to remember that, because when it says not KC, I'm going to say that's not her name. I'm glad you guys are looking forward to the stretching exercises again. That makes me really happy. Because I don't want the channel to just be makeup. I love makeup. I love hair. But I want this channel to be about making your life better, you know? And that means making your health better, your sleep better, your thoughts better towards yourself and towards others. All that stuff makes a better life. So definitely want to include that stuff. Hi, Ava. Hi, Matt. Thank you, State. Okay, I don't watch anime, but that's just because I don't watch a lot of TV. But we are going to be doing a cosplay character that's going to be an anime character next. We do a lot of Disney, or we've done a lot of Disney. I've done one anime character, and it is time to do another one. I've done one video game character. So it's time to do another video. No, I've done two. I did a Street Fighter character, which was Cammy, and I did Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Thank you, Ava. Thank you, Cody. Shout out to Jeffrey. Just so you guys know, when I get a super chat, and I'm not asking for them, I do a super dance. I do a super thank you, super shout out. Even if it's $1, even if it's 10 cents, I do a super shout out, happy dance. Happy early Valentine's Day. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have a friend who offered for me to get handyman help for one day. Not the full day, but one day. It was a gift. It was my, what do you call that when you move into a new home and you get a housewarming gift? But it didn't come with a bow. It just has a handyman. I don't know what that means, Eva. Eva, I don't know. If you just spell it the same way it's spelled in your name, that doesn't help me. You have to pronounce it for me. You're just spelling it the exact same way, so that doesn't help me, and I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying, like, if it says EVA over here and you put EVA over here, how does that help me? My best quality is wanting to be kind to people. I do mess up sometimes, and I hold myself accountable because I don't want to be mean to other people. I want to treat people how I want to be treated, not treat them how they're treating me. I want to treat them how I want to be treated. Thank you, Wick. Vegas. I'm in Vegas too, by the way. Good morning, Reginald. Yes, I wake up every day. You guys, my shirt is covering 90 or 80% of my chest. I just have a large chest, so when I go like this, it looks like they're all hanging out, but they're not. I pull it up and it really doesn't help. See? Is what it is. Yeah, I guess that by your name, unless you like used to live there. But so, howdy, neighbor. Wick Vegas is my neighbor, sort of. We live in the same state. City. State and city. Unpacking takes a lot of time. However, I did my best to organize. So what I did is I had all the bins out with the lids off, and I would like go into one drawer, and of course you would find a few things that don't belong there. So I would put the stuff that belongs in this bin here and the stuff that belongs in this bin there. Even if it was a pen, I wouldn't throw it into the wrong box. I would walk it over to the paper and pen and marker bin. So it's going to be easier to unpack because everything's organized. You just moved, Lona. I hope you're happy with your move. But it is mentally weighing me down, the unpacking, even if I organized, but at least it's going to be easier. However, I didn't have that much time to pack, you guys. I was given a large window. I knew I was going to be moving. However, I was sick. I was in the ER. I was in bed, unable to do anything, eat, drink. It was bad. And so I couldn't pack. So I really had like 2 or 3 days to pack everything when I started feeling better. And I was still shaky. I was still weak. So I would have to take breaks in between. And mentally that wore me down. It did. I took a screenshot of a picture. I was like looking on Facebook. I know I could have just saved it to my phone, but if I did that, it would start all the way back at the top. And I was looking through photos trying to save. So I took a screenshot of my mom when she was younger. And you could see they run in the family. They definitely run in the family. And we get larger as we get older. Even if I lose weight, they don't go anywhere. They're just growing and growing. Our first super chat of the morning. Thank you for the love of horror. Let's do our super shout out dance. Super shout out. You guys hold on to your seatbelts. And if you don't like this kind of stuff, close your eyes. Super shout out. 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 Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you. It's more than you sent me, Hades. Don't be coming for people. Don't be coming for people. Don't watch other people's wallets and their generosity. It adds up, and it actually helps my mood too. I don't care if it's $1. I don't care if it's 1 penny. It is more than you're giving me. You're going to send her $2? Well, you sent me $0. So STFU, okay? I had a blanket over me earlier. I'm 5'7". Oh, another one. Thank you, Freddie. We're going to do another super shout out. 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 Thank you, Freddie. Shout out to Freddie. Thank you, Matt. I'm going to pin your comment. Oh, I see another one. I have to scroll forward. I'm missing a lot of you guys. Just because. Happy Friday. Thank you, Peter from Lowell. Super shout out. 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 Da 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 da. The smile is for free. I'm really just dancing, but when you're dancing on a bed, that's what's gonna happen. I'm just dancing, but that's what happens when I shake my shoulders. It's hard to shake my shoulders and them not move. Like, I can't do it. If I shake my shoulders, they're just gonna shake. I can't help it. And I could sit here and go, super shout out, super shout out. But I do like to dance and celebrate when people are being kind and positive. I am on Instagram. When Cody posts it again, I will pin it again. There it is. Thank you, Cody. There is the Instagram. You guys go on over there. And if you put a bee or a fox or even a dinosaur emoji, I will know you came from this stream. Dinosaur, the long neck dinosaur, not the T-Rex. Dinosaur, fox, or a bee. You guys are the Babblebees, but a fox and a dinosaur would let me know you came from this stream if you put them together. You're very wrong, 21. Thank you, Jenny. Well, I'm glad you like the cosplay picture. No, I don't have pink eye. I had a really bad sty like 6 weeks ago, and it left me like a little scar. It was really bad. It was from using the Halloween makeup every day, or almost every day, and it was clogging the, like I tried a primer. I never use eyelid primer, and it totally clogged the eye ducts. And I got one here and I got one here, but this one went down a lot better than this one because this one was way worse. People are so funny. Bye, 21 Carlos. I don't know what country you're talking about, but this country's not dead. It's alive and well. There's a lot of things wrong with it. There's a lot of things wrong with me. I have a lot of health issues, but there's a lot right with me. And I feel that way about the country. So, but we're not going to talk about politics. I'm just going to let you know that it's all perception. It's all how you look at things. Clutch Jean. every morning I like to do, almost every morning if I can, I like to do a good morning stream where we're just talking. I'm getting to meet new people. I'm getting to say hello again to people who have already been here. It's a FaceTime call type thing with you guys. However, I can't see you except I could see your comments. And we try to have a positive morning. And hopefully it inspires at least one person or makes one person feel better. If it doesn't, then it's probably not the stream for you, but I hope it is. I hope it is. I do work. You're gorgeous? That's wonderful. I love confidence. You're a confident person. I like that. Hi, Vashon. I'm glad you feel better. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. My sleep was broken up because I'm in the new home, but I was still very comfortable when I was sleeping. Very comfortable. Yes, personality and character matters the most. I love when someone compliments my looks. I'm gonna be honest, I do. Or I should say I love it. I appreciate it. But if someone compliments my character, that like touches my soul for sure. Greg, I hope you're saying that without judgment. It is a nice thought at the end, but the first part of it tells me you're judging people. People harass me no matter what I'm wearing. If I'm covered up, they tell me take my clothes off. Take your jacket off, take your robe off, take your shirt off. I'm going to dress how I want to dress. And I'm going to ignore the other people, and I'm going to ignore your demand. Hi, Justin Wolf. Kay! Shout out to Kay. I'm not even responding to some of these comments anymore. I have written down the comments that I am no longer responding to because it takes away from me responding to the positive people. Kay, how are you doing? I have been very quiet because I've been moving. I'm in the new house. Yay. I still have to clean up the apartment and move a lot of loose, smaller things that are there. But all the furniture's here and all the bins and boxes that were packed are here. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing well. I know you don't check your Instagram often, Kay, but I am going to send you a message there so we could talk about the things we were talking about. Because I don't think I can send you a direct Discord. I don't. If I can, I'm doing it wrong. Am I a natural blonde or brunette? Both. My roots grow in like a dark blonde / light brownish. More like, but then when the sun hits it, it does get lighter. So this is really close to my natural hair. My hair does have a lot of red in it. If I try to dye it, the red comes up. So the ash has washed off of my hair and it's more like copper gold right now. I have my hair dye stuff over there. I'm going to do my hair. I just wanted to get settled in before I do it. Fit check. Please don't spam. It's a green shirt and pajama pants. Well, thank you, Sunny. Thank you, Sawbert. The IG is pinned down below. The roots are not, here, look, I don't dye the bottom of my hair. This is my natural color. Right here. It's a dark blonde. Do you see that? The top is darker than this. I try to get it as close as I can, but I like a dark root. This is dyed. So it's darker than my actual hair. This is not. I only dye the top like this, the roots. And then sometimes right here, around the face. Like I'll do the hairline, because that would look weird to go dark and then light right here. But if it's underneath, you can't see that. There's no sense in me dyeing that because it's close enough. So it saves me money. It saves the hair underneath. It helps it be healthier, even though I do use a vegan hair dye. I hope I didn't miss any comments from Kay or any of the mods. I'm in Vegas. 6-7. Thank you. I am single. Not available. I do like Theo Vaughn and I Show Speed. I actually like the brown hair. I just did a look with brown hair and it made me want to do my hair darker. Being honest with you guys. But I had already bought the hair dye for the dark blonde, ash blonde. So I'm going to use it and then maybe the next time I'll go darker. But I guess I could go back and return it. But I'm okay. I'm just going to do the dark blonde one more time and then we'll see about going darker. Okay, let me show you the pictures. Hold on, I need to find. Wake up, Brooke. Wake up. Okay, one sec. I'm scrolling back in the Discord just a little bit. Here you guys go. Here's what it looks like for me to have brown hair. I think it makes the blue eyes pop. I think it looks nice on the fair skin. When I had a larger nose, I did not like darker hair on me because I felt, I'm just going to say it, and I hope I'm not offending anyone else who has dark hair and a larger nose or features. I felt like a witch. I felt like it was too harsh for me because when they do witch characters, almost all the time it's dark hair, large nose, dark hair, large nose. And it just, I felt like it was harsh for me, but I didn't have the blonde in it. I think the dark up here and dark through there, but also having blonde is going to make it like good for my face and my look. So not too dark. Hi, Anime. Thank you, Dylan. I think it would also look better if, you know, it was natural. Like for a wig, it still looked like it wasn't the best wig, but I wanted to see what I looked like with brown hair. Like it doesn't even, it has a part with no, like where you can't see any skin or what it looks like a natural part. It's just, it's not the best, but it did the job. It did the job. That makeup was like a honeybee makeup. Let me see if I could find a picture where I show you guys the makeup. Here you go. It had brown into yellow with the flowers. It's for you guys. The BabbleBees. My BabbleBees. Pretty close, Todd. Pretty close. 48. Thank you, Cody. Did I not plug that in all the way? hold on. Oh, what a ding dong. Plugged it into the wrong phone. Like, what's happening? Well, what'd you do with the money he gave you? Did you turn it into something that could keep growing into more money? I don't try to keep up with the trends of 20-year-olds. I don't try to. I dress how I want to dress. I shop at the thrift store. I have clothes that I'm keeping from the different decades. So I'm going to have clothes from the 1930s. I didn't keep the 1920s dress. It was too costumey for me. It looked like a Halloween, and they sent the wrong color. But I did keep the 1930s velvet emerald green dress, and I'm gonna have all different kind of style. It's eclectic. Sometimes I dress a little more, I don't know, like hippie-ish, and sometimes I dress a little darker. Sometimes I dress all like kind of buttoned up and like I'm going to an office job that I don't have. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Aiden. Hi, A-A-Z slot. Is it as slot? Is it A-A-Z slot? I don't know, but hi. Hi, Kalani. Thank you, Randall. Cody, did I miss a message from Sam? Let me just check. Thank you, Cody. There's Sam. Shout out to Sam. I was just messaging you. I wanted to make sure I didn't miss a message from you. Because sometimes I'm way up here and then I have to like to get to the bottom of the comments, I have to scroll past a lot of things. Thank you, Unknown. Shout out to Unknown. Ooh, ooh. Yes, I've been pregnant for 21 years. I'm gonna birth a 22-year-old at some point. Hi, Rothstein. Thank you, Mohammed. Shout out to Mohammed and Rothstein. Yeah, I'm pregnant. I don't have a uterus, but I'm pregnant. Yeah. I also don't have a partner, but I'm pregnant. I thought so, Sam. I was thinking that I thought I was missing your comments and Kay's comments. Who's the father? Taco Bell. It's a burrito baby. Taco Bell and Mike and Ike. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Sam. I like you too, Sagar. Thank you. Sagar, thank you. I hardly ever eat fast food, but we were moving yesterday. I didn't want to order a pizza. I have to be really careful with garlic. And I just got the soft tacos. I know it's not the best food, but it was quick. It was on the way in between the house and the apartment, and we were hungry, really hungry. Thank you, Renak. I already told you, Alfred. Taco Bell is the father. It's a burrito belly. I don't give out my number. Hi. Thank you, Rothstein. Shout out to Rothstein. The only personal thing I give out is my Instagram or the TikTok. Both of those have DMs, and if you're respectful, I might respond to you. It won't be quick. I'm not in the DMs every day, but I might say thank you in the DMs, ask you how you're doing, that kind of thing. Yeah, Dylan, right now it's just a I hope it's just a temporary thing because I did not used to have this problem. Hopefully there's nothing going on in my stomach. I have enough medical issues. But if so, I'll get it handled. Hi, S.E. Wolf. I only dance / bounce when someone sends a super chat. Yep, that's right, A. Wolf. I even have done a jumping jack when someone sent enough super chats. They kept sending them, and then they asked for one singular jumping jack, and I did it. Just one. And then they asked for two. They were getting greedy. Just kidding. But what if I am a vampire, Dylan? I'm tearing me up from the inside. Maybe it's because I dressed as a vampire for Halloween. Just kidding. I didn't dress as a vampire for the actual day of Halloween. My costume was Edward Scissorhands. I do like Cat's Eye. Of course I know why they asked for a jumping jack. Of course. My soulmate passed away, John. Super shout out, 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 super shout out. Thank you, Rothstein. Shout out to you. Super shout out to you, Rothstein. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. He wasn't my husband. He was going to be my husband. He was my soulmate. He was my first kiss. He was a partner in businesses we were starting. And we were talking about having a little girl and spending our life together. And then he passed in a car accident. I actually focus on his life and not his death. I was broken up about it, but now I feel like, in all eternity of time, I'm really only going to be apart from him for a split second. It might feel longer when I'm alive, but once I pass, it really was just a split second. We'll be together again. When he first passed, you guys, I used to focus on his passing. I would picture what happened. What was he thinking? Did he know he was passing? All these horrible things, I couldn't think about him without thinking of the tragedy. And now I don't do that anymore, unless I'm telling you guys how he passed. But I don't have those same emotions anymore. I feel like it was a gift to have him. I don't think about the tragedy of losing him. It was a gift. His life was a gift. A long time ago. I was in my 20s. He was in his 20s. He was 28. And I've dated other people, but they have not been my soulmate. Yes. Just blink of an eye. Thank you, A King. Yeah, it's just, at first it was really, really difficult. I'm just gonna spend the rest of my life. I thought about this long time that I had to be without him, but now I think I have this, still have the memories, I still have the love. I dream about him, and that feels like more time with him or a new memory because I can really see him. I can feel it, feels like I'm touching him, talking to him. So to me, he's not gone. How to stay sober when times get rough. Ooh, I just had that experience. I even thought about, because I was really breaking down and my mind said alcohol. And then it went, you don't want that. That's not going to help. It's just a hardwired thing. I haven't been that sad or overwhelmed. I should say overwhelmed in a long time. And so every time I get through it, I'm rewiring that brain. But I reached out to people that support me and got through it. Thank you, Kendall. Hi, Kendall. Shout out to you. Thank you for your sweet message. I just replied to the kids and the husband comment. I have 3 adult children and my soulmate passed away. Thank you, Gravy Boat. My day is going well. What about yours? Thank you, Dylan. I am feeling okay, and the day is starting off to be a great day. I have to go to the apartment and clean it up and get some more stuff out of there. We're taking about, I don't know, 4 boxes and 2 bins. And that ought to get most of it, except my clothes, which we're just going to grab and put them in the car. A lot of businesses. I think about starting a lot of businesses. In fact, I thought about starting YouTube for a long time and didn't do it. I would talk about all these different businesses and I didn't know which one to start with. And my friend's like, just start one, Like you're always talking about this business, that business, just start one. And that'll help you lead into the other ones. I think about making bouquets out of brooches, like just a shiny, glittery, beautiful, something they can keep, not just throw away. They can have one that they toss, but with flowers, but one for them to keep and walk down the aisle with all the brooches. It's going to be so pretty. My daughter, I think she wants to start the business where you put permanent jewelry on people. You like weld it onto them. Then they have like that permanent bracelet and they have to get it like taken off by her if they want it taken off, or they have to cut it, which you shouldn't cut it. We have a lot of them, Sam. Thank you. I'm glad you like that. It's inspiring, makes me want to keep going. I have a business for a cosplay-ish, makeup-ish type product. I think there's a need for it. And also for people who have alopecia. Because, that doesn't just take your hair, it takes your eyebrows and takes your eyelashes. So I have something that I'm working on mentally. Thank you, Cody. Then I flip furniture, so I get furniture either for free or $20 to $40, and then I flip the furniture and I sell it anywhere from $100 to $300. I'm on the West Coast. What the F how? I get it on OfferUp. OfferUp has things where like people are moving and they say, if you can get here today because we can't take it or we don't want to take it, you can have it. And then I've bought furniture that people just want to get rid of and they'll say $20. I don't buy anything for more than $40. Except my two, like there's this one furniture piece that is, when I looked it up, it said $1,400 to $2,300 and I got it for $100. Thank you, 3Run. It also helps the planet because otherwise that furniture goes in the trash, people break it down, and I feel like I make the furniture more beautiful and more appealing and people want to keep it longer. If it's real wood, then of course I want to strip it and sand it and then restain it and keep the wood in its wood form. But there's some people that like it painted. They'll ask me, can you paint it? Thank you, Jermaine. You too. I also shop at the thrift store for my clothes to help the landfill and my wallet. Oh, I love that, King Tom. You guys might start seeing me doing furniture because now I have a 2-car garage with a workbench that goes across the whole length of the garage. That way I can bring the drawers up to the workbench. I don't have to be down on the ground doing that kind of stuff like I used to be. I'm a wizard. Ooh. Ooh. I think that sounded more like a ghost, but I do have tattoos. I went in and I asked, can you give me a disaster on my shoulder? And they did. It's a disaster. And I have a hummingbird on my foot. I would show it to you, but I don't prefer to show my feet on camera. I will show you my bruise on my leg though. It's bad. Okay, here's the disaster. You guys ready? Like, what the heck? Why all of this tribal leaves, 57,000 tribal leaf things crossing over this way, crossing over that way, filigree leaves. Some are sharp, some are wiggly. Look at that wiggly one. What the disaster. Disaster. They delivered. I don't have a tramp stamp. I kind of want to remove some of the leaves and then soften up the darkness in the flowers with laser treatments. And then I can put something else around it once it gets light enough and just have a couple really bright flowers, not dark flowers. And then I can have like something else around it instead of all those leaves. I want something softer. So I would have to get probably 4 to 6 laser treatments on the leaves just to make them light enough, not to make them completely disappear. I mean, that would be nice too, but that would take forever. But just to make them light enough that they could go over it without having a solid black tattoo. I wouldn't even mind a solid black tattoo if it was like blackout style with some white in it, some light areas, not just a solid square or rectangle, but like a beautiful blackout one that maybe has like a, I'm wanting to say dandelion, but the thing that you blow to make a wish, and it had like little white spots, but at the bottom it starts out like the dandelion, a nice white one on the background would be black, and then it would go, you know, like they're blowing up make a wish. I don't know. I would have to ask the artist what could be done. I could also incorporate something for my soulmates. He wanted a certain tattoo and he never got it, so I kind of want to get it for him. I used to have a large art picture with 2 of the dandelions. Okay, I don't know if that's a racist comment, but let's not divide each other by the color of our skin, please. Okay, I have been ignoring that one comment all morning, and I almost wanted to respond to it, but I'm not going to. My hair is driving you crazy. It's driving me crazy too. I love positivity. Thank you, Sunny. You too. Have a great Friday. Yes, yes. But also, sometimes you can have like a few ideas so you're not locked into just that one because it might not work. So trying to force it to work can make it come out not as good as something else could have came out. So maybe they'll say, oh, I think this would fit very well with it. And I'd be like, oh, I like that. But I'll give a few ideas and also see what they are thinking might fit well there. Almost anything is better than all these leaves. In the dark, I've been in like clubs where I've used to cocktail, I've bartended, things like that. And people ask me if it's a buffalo or a lobster. Is that a lobster? Is that a buffalo? Yes, it's a buffalo. It's a buffalo with lobster claws. I have pajama pants on. What about my teeth? My bottom teeth are as healthy as my top teeth, and they have braces on them. See my pajama pants? There they are. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. Let me see who gave it. Thank you, Stoned 8 Man. Stoned 8 Man. Thank you so much. Enough people look at the teeth that they say, your teeth, go to a dentist, your teeth are rotten, get a dentist immediately. Those are braces. It's under construction. When you go to like New York or something and you see all the construction they're doing with those wood platforms and things like that, it might not be that appealing, but it's going to be. Give it time. My braces weren't that much because I only have them on the bottom, Then at the end, I'm going to have them on the top just to align the bite. But when you're doing half of the braces, it's half the price. Lois Griffin, thank you. I have braces on my bottom teeth. How much do I bench press? About 2 pounds, because I have a neck injury and a brain injury. Anything I do with my arms is connected to my neck. So, thank you, Walmite. I think I'm beautiful too, even when I'm tired, have no makeup. The only time I'm like, whoa, is when I'm really sick and really in a lot of pain. My face changes. It gets like it contorts. Like the muscles change and it changes the shape of my face. I'm like, ooh, who's that? I know if they don't like what they see, they shouldn't watch and they shouldn't say anything mean if they don't have anything nice to say. But the internet makes people feel safe enough to say everything they're thinking. And it makes them actually feel like they need to. Not only like they are able to, but it's like a freedom for them to be able to say whatever they want. Critiquing channel. Who's critiquing who? Are they critiquing me or am I critiquing them? I just try to tune them out. Let's just ignore people who aren't being positive, please, and focus on each other. Let's focus on each other, whoever's being positive. That's how we connect as a community, and we find those who are here to be kind, uplift each other, get to know each other. A lot of the times there's people in the chat, like especially the mods, they remember who you are too, and you know, they're going to try to uplift you as well. And there's people that come in here and say, I hope everybody has a good day. It's really nice. I like the community. I just tune out the other people. They aren't the community. They are just people that help the numbers. And hopefully a seed is planted. I can lead by example with kindness. I can't change them, but I can maybe lead by example. Thank you. Overpowered. Thank you. I'm babbling about everything you guys are putting in the comments. We're talking. I don't go for any age. I am single and not looking to mingle. I'm not married. Hi, Necrosis. Thank you, Necrosis. Shout out to you. Thank you, Dylan. I appreciate that. I would do that with long videos and then maybe like a fast forward shorts, but mostly the long videos. Thank you, John Doe. Good morning, Mike. Hi, Red. Thank you, Cody. No OF. Hi, TM Cute. I'm not interested in dating anyone at all right now. I have too many health issues and I need to spend every single available minute on my health. Like if I'm not filming or doing furniture or spending time with my family, I need to be doing something for my health. I try to keep a balance in life. So on my day planner, excuse me, on my day planner, I will highlight things in different colors. And if I don't see any blue, which might be fun, blue is the doctor's appointment, but let's say I don't see any pink, That means I'm not scheduling enough fun or enough hobbies or enough time for me. And if I see all blue, that means my whole month I'm just going to the doctor, and that'll get overwhelming. So I try to balance it out. Hi, Obi. Thank you. Yeah, it seems like every time I almost make progress. Sorry, let me take a drink. Sorry, thank you. Like every time I go to make progress, like I'm about to have a brain MRI, and I just found a lump. And the lump is the same place I had a lump before. And that lump was a calcification in an artery. So that means I have another clogged artery. Fun. So now, so the brain surgery thing was at the top of my list along with my tailbone, and now the clogged artery is at the top of my list. Thank you, necrosis. I'm sure it will. It's just one step at a time. I can only do as much as I can do in a day. And I need to remember that instead of thinking about all the things I need to do. I need to think about what do I need to do today. Because I can handle today. Part of my cerebellum is out of the skull. It's called Chiari malformation. It affects my vision, my breathing, my ability to swallow food, my balance. I used to be paralyzed because of it, and I get migraines all the time. I have a headache right now. The people who care, care. The people who don't, don't. That's fine. It just is what it is. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to take care of it. It's a full-time job. It's a full-time job. That's why I don't date. Because I can't make it a part-time job. Thank you, necrosis. Shout out to necrosis. If I had someone I was trying to date, that would kind of be a part-time job because you have to put time and effort into it and make them feel like you're interested. You have to go out and get to know them and things like that. And I don't have that time or energy because then I have to recover from going out. It takes me 2 days to get over sitting in a restaurant. So, and that's not because of the brain thing, that's because of the bone thing. I don't have the availability to do a part-time job because this is a full-time job, YouTube's a full-time job, and then my my health is a full-time job. Super shout out. Thank you, A Bum or ABUM. I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I know how to super shout out. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. Braces as an adult are fine. It's fine. If it's the worst thing it could have given you, why are you on it? Why aren't you reading a book? Why aren't you hugging a tree? Why aren't you putting your feet on the grass? Like, if internet is the worst thing, why are you on it? That's like saying alcohol is the worst thing for me. Oh, go, 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 go. Make better choices for yourself if you don't like it. Thank you. Shout out to Kekdog. Thank you. I am looking at my comments, Jared. I just don't respond to the negative ones. I like to ignore them. You like nachos? Hi, twin. I like nachos too. Hi, Jamel. How are you doing? Thank you, Catchy. I appreciate that. My favorite part of being a content creator are the positive comments and connections from nice people. And the second one is being able to express myself and be creative. To learn as I go, it helps me. I wasn't as creative before. I mean, I had the creative ability, but I wasn't expressing it. You found TikTok? I do have a TikTok. I just need to get it started. I'm going to start it in February, I think. How is my brain exposed? It's in my neck cavity. It's hanging out of the skull or squeezed out of the skull in the neck cavity. It's not a super major Chiari, but it's major enough. There's some that just have it very, very, it's only out a little bit. Some have it more, like that. Mine is like medium. Medium. Contagious. My kindness is contagious. The positivity is contagious. The smile's contagious. I don't go out to dinner with anyone. I have bumped the back of my head. Anything that hurts my neck, bumping my head is going to hurt my neck too, not just my brain. It's a whole mess in my neck and my brain. But I'm getting another brain MRI. I got the message. They texted me and said, we received the referral and would like to schedule you. I need to do that today. I need to schedule it. Let me see. Super shout out, super shout out, super shout out. There it is. For those who don't believe me. I don't have to prove anything to anyone, but there it is. Some people say I'm lying, which is weird. I know there's people out there that lie, but I'm not asking for anything. I'm on here to do a free stream. And yes, I do make money doing the free stream, but I'm honestly here to engage with people, and the money is just like a added bonus. I don't worry about the money. I don't ask for the money. It just comes. But yeah, a lot of people on here say she's just begging for money. She's lying about her illness. Like, it's a free stream. It's free. I don't ask for money. I don't. Joel, I do go outside and engage with people face to face as much as I medically and physically can. I try to go when I have my routine and I'm not moving and I'm not in a flare up. I try to go to the gym every single day. And so I see people there. And when I'm well enough, I go to an improv class. I haven't gone in a long time, but I do. I try to engage with people and keep hobbies. I was going to a gentle yoga class. So, what's wrong with engaging both ways? I mean, you're here. Why can't I be here? We're all here. Why don't you go engage with people instead of telling me what to do? Why don't you go engage with people? You're on the internet too, dude. Did you forget? I have heard about day trading. Please don't put your age, please. I tell my age because you guys can tell I'm not a child. But there are children. When you put your age, children put their age, and then it puts them in danger. So please don't put your age. Like that person who just put that they're 12. See what you started? Don't put your age, please. I know you mean well, but just don't. Now a 12-year-old's been kicked off because you put your age. Thank you. I appreciate it. And I'm not trying to come down on you hard. It's just letting people know how serious it is. Yeah, kids should be doing something else, learning art, playing things that they love, watching something age appropriate. But there are older kids on here or kids that, behave and don't put their age and don't put themselves in danger. I can't babysit all of them, but if we see things that put them in danger, we try to remove it. Catchy is my twin, I guess. Only I have braces, Catchy, so you have to catchy up to me. Are you leaving your teeth or are you getting braces too? I'm not pushing you to get braces. I'm getting braces for the health of my mouth. When your teeth cross over like that, it isn't the best thing for your mouth health. Yes, Grendel. Yes. They removed part of the skull. That's what I'm going to see the brain surgeon for. And this brain MRI is to see if the Chiari's gotten worse and how much spinal fluid I have. And then I'm going to tell the brain surgeon that I'm considering a neck surgery and ask them, am I even able to get a neck surgery if my cerebellum's in the neck cavity? Because they go through like this. Are they going to stab the cerebellum? I have questions. How do they do a neck surgery if my brain's right there? I need answers. To make progress, I need the right answers. It is tough, but I just focus on the positive things as much as I can. Hi, hot diggity dog. Okay, I have been on here for over an hour. I am going to get together with... Hold on one sec. I shout out the names of people who give a super chat. I shout out the names of people who give a gift. And I shout out the names of people who put positive comments. So it's not always money related. It's positivity related. Sending a super chat is positive unless they put something negative in their comment. Sending a gift is positive. Putting positive comments is positive. So all of those get shout outs. Just only one of them gets a super shout out. All right, guys, I love you guys. Thank you to my mods. Thank you to those who have been positive. Thank you to those who gave this channel a chance for the first time. Thank you to those who come back. Thank you to those who are supportive and positive, if I didn't already say that. And I love you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.